All right, come walk with me today here in beautiful Kragujevac as I talk to you about purchasing cheap property here in Serbia. Now, one of the things that I see quite often from individuals is we want to buy properties here in Serbia for 5,000 euros, for 10,000 euros. We want to be able to get residency and live in that property for up to 10,000 euros. And I am all for helping individuals move to Serbia. However, when we're looking at working with individuals with such low investment, it's very difficult to help those individuals. And let me explain. It's not that we don't want to help you. It's that I like to use the phrase, the juice is not worth the squeeze. The issue with finding a property for individuals that have a budget of 10, even 20, heck, call it even 30,000 euros is that one, you're not going to find something that you're going to be able to live in. You're not going to find something that is going to be in a city, which a lot of these people are looking at. Well, let's call it, you're not going to be able to live in a bigger city. Just had a talk with an individual who says, I have a budget of 10,000 euros and I want to live in the area of Adica in Novi Sad. And I said, well, the starting price there is probably about 70,000 for an apartment. And if you're looking for a house, you're looking at least 100,000 for something move-in ready. And so if that budget is your budget, I'm not going to laugh at you because everyone has different means. However, you're not going to find something in a nice area. You're not going to find something that has clean paperwork. You're not going to find something that is legalized. You're also not going to find something that has electricity to it, that has water to it. You're not going to find something that is livable for the most part. There's going to be structural problems. There's going to be roofing problems. You're going to have so many problems that you're going to come into. And the one individual says to me, well, I have 10,000 as a budget and I want to tear it down and invest in 20,000. And so my question is, why wouldn't you just find something for potentially 30,000 euros and be done with that headache? Because if you're going to be purchasing something for 10,000 euros and then tearing it down in the hopes of building something new, now you're going to be getting into permits. You're going to be getting into city bylaws. You're going to be getting into surveyors. You're going to be getting into so many things that it's going to draw out this process to not simply a month or two by simply purchasing something and saying, hey, I'm going to move in, get my temporary residency, and be done with it. But you're going to be now looking at years. And if your goal is to purchase something here in Serbia and obtain residency right off the bat, you need something that is legalized. You cannot purchase something that is agricultural. You cannot purchase something that has liens on it. You cannot purchase something that is, got issues with the paperwork, because it's going to cause not only you problems, but us problems. And frankly, those type of problems we don't like to work with. And we're not saying that the houses that we find for our clients that are purchased of 100,000, 200, half a million euros here in Serbia do not have so many or those problems, but they're minimized. There are certain aspects of those problems that we can deal with after the fact. For instance, one of the buildings is not legalized, but the main house is. Well, the main house is legalized and ready for occupancy and is valid for temporary residency. What does it matter about the other ones? We make sure that you are registered under one that's legalized and you can move on with moving to Serbia. But that also leads me to another fact, is if you are heart set on purchasing something that is only 10,000 euros, that's fine. And say you want to invest that other 20,000 euros of money into renovating that property, that's fine. But understand, you also are not going to be able to apply for temporary residency. The bad paperwork will also be needing to be cleaned up. That's fine. If you don't have an urgency to get temporary residency and live here, you want to purchase something and take a year to sort out, 2 years to sort out, hey, I can understand that process. But if you're someone who is looking to do this within your 90-day limit of coming to Serbia, you're going to be in for a whirlwind of problems. And if you're someone that meets us or one of our team and we say, hey, listen, we cannot take this project, it's not that we don't want to work with people that have low budgets. We don't want to work with people that have expectations that are unattainable. And we do not want to undertake something and say that we will do it knowing we cannot do it. And that is not only looking out for your best interest as our client, but our best interest, because one, we won't take your money, because there's no point in taking your money if we can't do something. And we won't exhaust our resources in trying to fix something in a certain amount of time that we know won't be able to be resolved. And we are extremely busy, our team, of helping people move to Serbia here, that we would rather cut someone loose knowing that we're going to save them in the long run and move on with helping clients that are, ready to move. They bought that property that is 250,000. They need help with setting up banks, transfers, pre-contracts, main contracts. They need to find X, Y, and Z paperwork. They need witnesses. We need to set up notaries. We need to set up translators. All these type of things that we have with other clients that we already have to do. And so if we know something's going to take you a while, or that a while by, I mean like a year or two to obtain, we're just going to say simply, I think it might not be the best time to move to Serbia, because one, this is going to cost a lot of time and effort, and two, that you might want to think of a different path to moving to this country, because if you only have 10,000 euros to purchase a property to obtain residency, understand that that 10,000 may turn into 30, 40,000, depending on what you are purchasing, what you are buying. And I'm not saying that that's happened to us, but I know there's a lot of people out there, homeowners, real estate agencies, that'll be happy to sell you a property with bad paperwork. and not tell you about it, because after the paper is signed and all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and they receive their money, you receive the keys, it is your problem to deal with. And don't be knocking on their door, because they'll be like, we are only here to sell you the property. And take this as a word of warning for those that are looking to do something like that. I would highly recommend you not do this, because you're going to have issues. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.